Alrighty, and welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. Hope you're doing awesome today. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I went to a cousin's wedding this weekend, so I caught up on my sleep yesterday because, man, I went to a wedding. It went late. I didn't even stay late. We didn't even have dinner till 9:30. Crazy. But it was a beautiful wedding, beautiful weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, whether it was your family, with your friends, or just in the trenches, grinding in the crypto space. I hope you had a fun or profitable weekend, everybody. And the people that were probably making the most profits in the crypto space were probably the traders that were shorting the crypto market. I want to share my screen. Welcome back. Tap that like button on your way in, my friends. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. Okay, here's Bitcoin, 83,642 bucks. Let's go over to the Bitcoin chart and just look at exactly what transpired over the last few days. Now, today's Monday. We're getting a little bit of a bounce for Bitcoin today. But then, we started the weekend. This is Sunday, Saturday, and that's Friday. So here you go. This is your Friday. We started at 87K and just dipped a nice, all the way down 7% in just 3 short days. Getting a little bit of relief recovery right now. But the reality is these tariffs are still coming out pretty soon. And so, yes, tariff crypto crash is the headline because it's the topic. There is a chance that we could see more volatility to the downside as a result of some of these tariffs. And I think everybody needs to be aware of that. Now, I don't think that this ends the bull market. I don't think that the bull market is over at all. I just muted for a nice sneeze. I think we've still got a lot of bull market left, but these tariffs are bringing uncertainty. I have some stories to kind of chat further on the tariffs and how the market is likely going to react to this. We need to discuss it. There is a chance that it's already priced in, guys. What does that mean? Well, there's a chance that people anticipated this event and sold off ahead of it. And then when the event actually comes, it's like we're immediately buying it back up. There's a chance of that. But I don't lean in that direction right now because of all the other factors, specifically the Fed rate cut. We still have more time. We still have another FOMC where we're probably not going to get the rate cuts. And then the reality is with these Trump tariffs, where we have a long kind of window of time before we actually see the tariffs take effect. And so, these are some things to consider. Bitcoin right now, kind of coming down out of this range, might retest back to the bottom of right there, possibly coming back down. People are talking about 70K. Is it on the table? It could be. Bitcoin dominance is shooting up. Some people are arguing that Bitcoin dominance could come all the way back up to 70%, which is possible. It is possible. Do I want to see it? No, not necessarily. In fact, I want to see an altcoin season. I want to see it now, and as many of you guys do too. But the reality is you got to wait for the macro picture to be at the right moment, and we're getting closer, but we're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. And no doubt that the tariffs are throwing a wrench in the gears of crypto. Today, we've got a couple little coins up. We've got a couple coins that are down. It's kind of mixed bag right now. A lot of uncertainty, which is the theme of these tariffs. Uncertainty. Cronos coin was one of the biggest performers over the last 7 days because they announced a partnership with the Trump family. They also did a massive unburn. I've got a Cronos CRO video coming out later today. You're going to want to check that out, so I'm not going to talk too much about that in this video because I got some thoughts for you guys to share that I want to share with you guys later today. So we've got a couple coins that are up over the last 7 days, and just as many, if not more, are down. Generally, things are a little bit bearish in crypto for the moment in time we are in right now. 2025, January, up 10%. February, down 17%. Historically, when we have a red February for Bitcoin, you get a red March for Bitcoin. Here's a red February for Bitcoin. Here's a red March for Bitcoin. Now, we don't quite know what's going to happen in April, but I'll tell you, people are paying their taxes. Many have already paid them. Some are still going to pay them. And so you might have some profit taking or some tax loss harvesting ahead of April potentially. So maybe towards the end of April, we can continue back up, but there are some other things to consider. I'm 50-50 on whether April can be bullish right now. I probably lean a little bit more bullish than bearish for April. And I'll tell you why right now, actually. The reason being is because there's only so much more downside Bitcoin can really have before we're doing something that is historically unprecedented. If Bitcoin chooses to fall to 70K, though that might seem shocking that Bitcoin goes from 110 to 70, the reality of the fact is even if we do that, that's only a 34% retracement for Bitcoin, which in the history of Bitcoin is actually normal. It's actually normal enough. It's not a problem, okay? It's a little bit bigger than what we saw over here, but just by 1%. So we've already seen this and then had more moves to the upside. Could we see Bitcoin come back down to 70? Yeah, no problem. It is absolutely a possibility. And it's kind of what I'm thinking might happen. Now, if we don't go down to that level and you're holding cash and you're waiting for 70K, that's why that's tough. The best strategy is to just DCA in every day, every week, every month, whatever it might be. Black Sea, for example, likes to do daily purchases. So, smaller quantities than a weekly purchase, smaller quantities than a monthly purchase, but that way you average out your price. Some people do a monthly basis. I'm more of a monthly kind of guy. I just like to do a lump sum once a month, and each strategy works for each individual investor, however, right? So this is the way that I kind of look at it, as, okay, why wait right now? Or why wait all the way until 70 if, you just stick to your strategy and you can just kind of DCA steadily over time. You don't even worry about price action. Or, let's say you DCA. Another nice strategy is to just throw a little extra in when the market's low, which is also something that both Black Sea and I do. Not financial advice, not financial advisors. You guys know that by now, but there is a chance that we come down to 70K. And I think the main reason is the tariffs. But again, why do I lean like a little more bullish in April? Because there's only so much more downside that Bitcoin should have. Now, maybe we're going to get that slip in April. So maybe March ends right here and then we get the other, because like if Bitcoin must have slipped from where it's at right now to the $70,000 level, that's a 13% move. So there's a reality where maybe April is, okay, a negative 13% month. There's a possibility of that. But we're getting close, guys. There is going to be a reversal, I think, ahead of June. I would expect there to be a reversal ahead of June. We might get a bullish May in June. I wouldn't be surprised to see we've had some really nice Mays and Junes in the past. I wouldn't be surprised to see that again because we have a Fed rate cut likely coming in June. And so we're getting ready for that. We need to see that. If you want to see altcoin season, then we're going to need to see a Fed rate cut. Okay. So I do have some news stories for you that I want to share with you guys. So let's get into it. First up, the Trump family making headlines in crypto quite a bit. The Trump family is cashing in on crypto. It's creating problems in Congress, which is, here's Politico. Crypto is now political. Congratulations, everybody. We have to deal with politics and crypto. Isn't it fun? It's not. It's not fun. It's annoying, but it was inevitable. Especially when you get the Trump family involved in crypto, man, things go off the rails with politics when it comes to whether you agree or disagree with the Trump family. And you guys know that. I mean, you've seen, if you're a human on Earth, you've seen that, right? Whether you're one way or another, But the latest Trump family crypto venture is becoming a hitch in GOP efforts to win Democratic support for digital assets legislation. So it seems like the Democrats are a little more cautious when it comes to crypto. That shouldn't be surprising to anybody. And if they weren't already cautious enough, now the Trump family wants to launch. They did launch a stablecoin with this World Liberty Finance deal. They're building up a crypto company. Well, Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, I think his oldest son, is kind of heading up the business entities of the Trump family. And so now they're not only doing this stablecoin, which is causing hesitance amongst Democratic legislators. It's more than that. It's more than just the stablecoin reserves, the stablecoin policies that are kind of seeing a hiccup right now. There's a lot of reasons for it. Another reason that, there's caution is the lawmakers, the Democratic lawmakers, are finding, problems with these types of headlines, right? Trump family enters Bitcoin mining with new venture American Bitcoin. Eric and Donald Trump Jr. have partnered with Hut 8 to launch major U.S.-based Bitcoin mining company. The venture deepens Trump's crypto footprint alongside projects like World Liberty Financial. So just in general, and the plan, stablecoin and meme coins. The fact that his crypto footprint is getting bigger than the argument in Congress, and it's, one that makes sense, is, well, now he's just trying to enhance his family's businesses, right? Would be the argument where, Democratic lawmakers would want to push back, and some Republican, lawmakers potentially as well. And I understand that. It's complicated because, his family is a business family, and if crypto is going to be a hot business, why wouldn't they get into it? But now, is there a conflict of interest? Well, potentially, but should they not be allowed to get into crypto? I mean, should they not allowed to be able to have businesses at all? And so it gets into this very strange area where it's like, no, they probably should be able to have businesses. I mean, come on. But when you're creating legislation and, his administration's trying to get things passed, it causes some hiccups in the process. Likely, though, and you can kind of read through this, it's the concerns illustrate challenge of achieving bipartisanship in the Trump era, and with crypto specifically. But it's probably going to get through. I was looking through this article. It remains unlikely the concerns over Trump's new stablecoin will jeopardize Republicans' ultimate ability to pass crypto legislation. Democrats have expressed concerns, but they're probably all going to vote for industry-friendly legislation anyway. So, all that drama, you kind of got to ignore it and get down to the meat and potatoes of it. The policies are going to pass anyway. Okay, guys? The policies are probably going to pass anyway. But no doubt that, you see these headlines, you might go, uh-oh, or you might go, hooray, or you might go, uh-oh. Well, is crypto still advancing? Yes, crypto is still advancing towards the future. This looks like an old photo. Man, these guys are a lot younger here. This is an old photo. But and now they're partnering with this mining company. So this is going to be very, very interesting. American Bitcoin will control 61,000 mining machines with Eric Trump as chief strategy officer and plans to build a Bitcoin reserve. Hut 8 will own 80% of American Bitcoin, supplying the mining hardware and hosting operations in its 11 U.S. data centers to ensure low-cost, large-scale Bitcoin production. We're going to be the leading Bitcoin mining nation of the world. Let me tell you, it's going to be huge. My boy, baby boy Eric, let me tell you, you're going to partner up with that Hut 8, and we're going to mine all the Bitcoins. I think that's what he said. I think that's a quote. Let's look at the impacts of these tariffs, though. And yeah, it's like the Trump news broadcast when it comes to crypto now. It's crazy. It's crazy. But talking about, now we're talking about items that could get more expensive, cars or drinks, houses, imports like, Modelo or Corona could get more expensive, imports, houses because of building materials, because of like lumber. So houses are about to get more expensive. So I guess it's good if you own a house. It's bad if you want to buy one. looking at the countries that are top importers, Mexico, China, Canada. And these are some of our, bordering nations, Mexico and Canada. We've seen them in the news the most. You've got people stocking up on champagne for some reason, calling it a tariff trade war. Kind of going through some of the timelines here. I wanted to get back to this. So here we go. Man, they really added a lot more stories here. So how substantial will Trump's new U.S. tariffs be? What do we have coming for us on April 2nd? Well, this is an interesting chart. Some analysts estimate Trump will hike U.S. tariffs to the highest level since the 1940s. That is higher than we've seen in almost, over 50 years. It's like 60 years, 100 years. It's crazy. That's crazy. Others are saying that Trump could hike U.S. tariffs to the highest level since the 1930s. The higher the tariffs, the more pain you're probably going to see on the lumber prices and the, your Modelos, I guess, and a variety of other things. But it's not just crashing crypto. Tesla shares fell 7% on the New York Stock Exchange. They've been getting hit with a bunch of problems lately. My brother owns a Tesla. When we went to the wedding that I told you guys about this weekend, we did not take the Tesla to the city because he was concerned about it getting vandalized, which is wild. He bought this thing like 5 or 6 years ago, and now he has to deal with this political fallout for his Tesla, just as we have to deal with the political fallout for our crypto with these tariffs. It's crazy. Everything kind of bleeds over into everything. But the reality of these tariffs, guys, is that it's not just going to be like, okay, the tariffs are live and now it's passed. The reality of the tariffs is, according to experts, the impact of the tariffs could take 2 weeks to emerge. I mean, when the tariffs go live, we've still got to kind of get them fully, or they're going to be like implemented starting on the 2nd. They might actually like go live on the 2nd. We might have more that come in the future after the 2nd. If Trump doesn't get what he wants, you might have it so that these tariffs, the effect of the tariffs aren't going to like hit people or prices for weeks, maybe a month, maybe more. Here's a quote. Everyone is doom and gloom about tariffs, but in reality, we don't know what the outcome will be. Adding it will take about 2 weeks to fully understand the impacts of the tariffs on markets. And so I want you guys to remember this. Tariff fears grip the market. The more fear and pain and anxiety and concern that you see in the market, those are your dollar cost averaging opportunities. And right now is a pretty cool time for leverage trading. If you guys want to trade, and you could sign up for Blowfin using the link I've got in the comments, in the description down below. I've got it pinned for you guys. Lately it was the longs that got wrecked, and I'm not surprised. I've been shorting the market on this tariff fear coming up and making some good money. If you guys want to make some money as well and do some trading, you can sign up for Blowfin. We're getting close to the long opportunities. That being said, I still think there's probably some short opportunities here right now ahead of this tariff news, because again, like you just saw, it's going to take, maybe 2 weeks till these like actual realities of these tariffs and the impact emerge. Let's talk about Bitcoin's bearish candlestick. It's the same candle that I was talking to you guys about. Same looking on Bitcoin and on total market cap. We had 2 weekly green candles in a row for Bitcoin and for total market cap, and now we just had a giant red candle. It's showing some weakness. We're getting a little bit of green today, but it could slip back down because these tariffs again are coming very, very soon. But should you be bearish? Should you be long-term bearish? Well, Michael Saylor says, heck no. And they just bought the Bitcoin dip with another $2 billion purchase. Bought 22,000 Bitcoin. Just going to be the emperor of the world. No big deal. Michael Saylor, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend. Can we see Bitcoin come down to what this headline is reading? Bitcoin's bearish March close sets stage for potential $70,000 April drop. Yes, we can see that. We might see that. It is still normal. That's a 34% drop from the highs. On the macro side of things, is the world more bullish or bearish on crypto? Well, when BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warns the dollar at risk of losing reserve currency status to Bitcoin, you kind of have to be bullish on BTC. Well, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Whatever. He's buying Bitcoin publicly. You know, he's doing it. He's got the ETFs. Can Bitcoin eat away at the US dollar reserve status? The answer is probably yes. It's going to eat away at gold. It's going to eat away at the dollar. This is what Trump originally had feared, but now he's embracing it. And I think the world is embracing it. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink used to hate Bitcoin, and now he's fully embracing it. And you want to compete against BlackRock? Well, you better buy some Bitcoin if you're a BlackRock competitor, because the big companies that are buying Bitcoin are outperforming their competition. MicroStrategy stock outperformed Microsoft in its all-time history of performance. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why? Because Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin. FundStress Tom Lee also believes that Bitcoin could still get over $150,000 this year, and I absolutely agree with the permabull that is Tom Lee. We've got breaking news, rumors of Berkshire Hathaway with a $334.2 billion in cash is looking to invest in Bitcoin and crypto. This headline does not read $330 billion is getting invested in crypto from Warren Buffett. This does not read that it is a matter of fact that Berkshire Hathaway is going to do it. It says rumors. So I'll give this about a 30% chance that this is true, maybe less. And even if it is true, I'd be shocked if they did anything over, a couple billion. But it is pretty darn cool. And then you got all the crow lovers saying, everybody's like, he's going to buy crow. Warren Buffett might buy crow. I don't think where we getting the jump there, but I don't know. He might buy a basket of stuff. I don't know. Who knows? If anything, I think he'll just invest in the ETFs or crypto-related businesses, or just Bitcoin. I don't think Warren Buffett's buying some altcoins specifically. Like, Warren Buffett just bought billions in Solana. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I love altcoins, though, guys. Hedera, I like Hedera. Hashgraph planning on launching a new Hashpeer blockchain for regulated industries. This is an ISO compliant coin. And, is this a different one? Is this a competitor? Hashpeer? Is this a competitor? Interesting. I got to read more into this. Is this Hashgraph that's Hedera? Hashgraph is excited to unveil Hashpeer. Yeah, no, it's combining the transaction. Okay. Yeah. So this is just more for Hedera. I was already bullish on Hedera. It's an ISO compliant coin. It's an American-based crypto. If the Trump administration comes out and does the no taxes on cryptos, it would be a very beautiful thing for Hedera. This news is also good. You're going to continue to see them expand. So very cool. In terms of altcoins, though, this is the reality of where we are at generally. Back to the lows. Okay. Back to the lows. Looking for a bounce for altcoins versus Bitcoin. I think it comes soon. Again, maybe end of April, maybe May, June at the latest. Okay. That's what I think. Here's when the real altcoin season begins, according to these analysts. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here because kind of looking at this, I was talking about potential going up to 70% dominance again. We've seen Bitcoin dominance shoot up to the 70% range many times before. We could go back up there before we come back down to the lows. And so this is something you need to be aware of. With each cycle lasting approximately 1,200 days, or roughly 3.34 years from the bottom to the top, we've still got time left in this. I actually look at it as it's about 1,060 days. I don't know where they get the 1,221 days. I guess because they're looking at, that's the Bitcoin dominance. Okay. That's the Bitcoin dominance cycle, potentially. Let's look at that, actually. Let's look at that. Is that what they're talking about there? No, I don't know what they're talking about there. I don't know what they're talking about there. The way I see it, for a bull market, just generally, and I've talked about this a lot, share with you guys again, from the bottom to the top, a bull market lasts about 1,050 days. That brings us into September or October of 2025, which is the date you can't see on my screen, but it's right down here where my little crosshairs. And I only, say that because that's what we have in the past, right? So here you go. Here's your lows. There's your highs, 1,060, 1,058 days or whatever. So that's what I'm looking for. I think that the boom comes eventually soon. Shout out to Dathan. Thanks for tuning in. I see you got to go. Thanks for, shout out to the chat real quick. Marlon PB Cheetah. How you doing? How you doing? Cryo in the chat. Oh, I missed the $2 super chat. Skawsome. Anyone cash out during the XRP price glitch? Ooh, I missed that, Skawsome. I didn't see that at all. Thanks for that super chat. Appreciate that. Man, we haven't been getting any super chats lately. It's like a desert out there. Everybody's dry. Nobody's got cash on the sidelines. Nobody's in the profits right now on some new altcoin pump because, the only people that are profiting right now are leverage traders that are making it happen, okay? Shout out to Papa. Shout out to Marty. Now, Skawsome, tell me more about this XRP, whatever you just talked about. Price glitch? Shout out to Eric, shout out to Marty in the chat, and Jason Davis, shout out to Eric and John in his bubble bath. John loves a bubble bath, let me tell you. That guy loves a bubble bath. The bubble bath king over there. Jimmy the Lip, how you doing? Blessings to you, Daryl. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. But no, there's quite a bit of news here, guys, and it's sad. Here's where we're at for altcoins, so it's a struggle, but I think we're going to find some kind of relief after, this tariff stuff. And so we still got a few weeks, guys. Maybe we're going to be dipping in April to that 70K level, finding a bounce at the tail end of April, maybe in May, hopefully in May. Maybe at the FOMC meeting in May, I think it's in May, he'll come out and he'll be like, yeah, we're going to get bullish and you're going to be rich. I don't know. No, he won't say that, but he might start talking more dovish and talking more about cuts, a little more optimistic. But we got to see. Maybe he won't. Maybe the tariffs are going to crush us, and we're going to get shocked come next FOMC. I didn't even think about that really. If these tariffs impact us bad, and Jerome has to report on that in the next FOMC, that would be tough. I'm just wondering. Oh, I don't know. Just wondering, did Trump and the Finnish president talk about anything? I'm sure they talked about a lot. I don't know if you ever play golf, Cryo, but when you're on the golf course, you talk about everything. You talk about life, but mostly you focus on golf. But you do talk about everything. But then during the shot or on putting, But yeah, they probably talked about a lot. I don't know what they would have talked about. Maybe tariffs? Who knows? Maybe they talked about crypto. For about 2.5 minutes, XRP glitched to 21K 2 days ago. On what exchange? Hold up. I hadn't seen this. American TV with a value of altcoin soaring to tens of thousands. Oh, was it being reported? Oh, what? Oh, wow. So, okay, let's see what happened. That's ridiculous. It's up 0.79% up to $21,000. That's ridiculous. American Sunrise. Yeah, so this wasn't even on an exchange. This was just on TV. Oh, and Bitcoin was down to 43K. Oh, geez. What the heck? What the heck is that? That's somebody might have gotten fired. Saying the graph has gone a little funky, however, he never touched upon the XRP glitch. Even with its enormous, he probably has no idea what XRP is, whoever this guy is. Yeah, a data feed problem. Okay, so yeah, crazy. That's crazy. When was it? Sunrise early edition. Was it Sunday? Was it yesterday? Looks like it was 2 days ago. Wow. Wow. And there was a good opportunity for a short on XRP here down to $2. Oh, I wasn't sharing the screen there. It wasn't a big deal. Not a big deal that I wasn't sharing the screen on that. I was just showing this article. Here you go. Here it is. 43K Bitcoin, $6,000 Ethereum. You wish. We all wish. A $3,000 Solana. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Chihuahua. What did you miss? You didn't miss much. We got a lot of news. Tariff crash, you know, the usual. Bring her in. What do we got? Oh, no toesies exposed. No toesies exposed. We got the little girl. Breaking news. Oh, almost said her name. Little baby Kip in the house. How's my girl? Oh, how's my girl? Want to say something? Or show that little baby hand over the top. Bring her here. Show these little baby hands. See how my daughter's growing. Oh, look at that little baby. Look at those little fat rolls on the wrist. You see that? That's the prettiest little baby hand ever. How's my girl? How's my girl? Thanks, mama. Oh, it's okay. Can you grab that? Here, don't. There you go. Hey. Wasn't that good? Okay. How's that? How's that for eventful? How's that for eventful? Woo! You got to look at behind the desk there. All right, guys. What else is going on? Marty says it was just Chris from manipulating the prices again. Yeah, maybe. Glitch in the Matrix. Got a glimpse of the future bear market lows. Wouldn't that be nice? Thanks for bringing that to my attention, though, Scossum. That's crazy. I didn't see that, man. Put a proud papa right there. I am a proud papa, let me tell you. I am a proud papa. Though papa is my dad is, you know, grandpa is papa in our family. That's how that worked. Man, really had a tumble there. Let's do this. Okay, let's get in the chart here for Bitcoin a little bit more. She's getting chunky now. I am not wearing... Oh, did you see my bare feet? Papa, did you see my toes? Did you see my toesy woesies? I am not wearing shoes. Are there shoes down there? Nope, no shoes. Just bare feet. In a full-on, like, sweatsuit. You saw Mrs. Crypto Kip socks. You also saw, I think I saw my weighted vest. Here, I'll show you what. So I've got this weighted vest, which is cool. I think, what do I have? I think I got like 8 pounds in each. So I think it's like a 20-pound vest. Sometimes I'll go on some walks with these. I haven't done it in a while. I had some back problems. And so weighted vests are really cool. But if you got back problems, you got to get that solved before you mess with that. Yeah, I can't confirm or deny that, Marty. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so Bitcoin, I would be looking for like a potential short, you know, maybe now or up here. Yeah, seeing some weakness. Not the best range, admittedly. This isn't the best range, but it's kind of all I got right now in terms of like this little latest slip that we got. What I really like though is this total market cap chart, and just kind of looking at this level is the level of levels for me. And if we lose it, Bitcoin's coming back down to 70, I think. So appreciate you, Papa. I'm glad I can get some smiles going out there. I like to have some fun. And talk about crypto, make some money. I like to do it all. Do you think Lion is some price manipulation by CDC? Maybe. I think you got to be careful with that. I think if you paid attention to all the other Corgi AIs and the Capybara and now Lion, like, they all do the same thing. They're going to go up to the billions for some reason, which is crazy. Because it's not like who's sending it to the billions? It's not like, you know, altcoin daily is talking about Lion. It's not like everybody out there is talking about it's the biggest and best crypto people. Nobody's talking about Lion, really. It's just the Cronos community, which is a beautiful community. But look at the Cronos DeFi ecosystem. Like, it's not a natural pump. I don't know who's pumping it. I don't know how it's getting pumped, but it's not a natural pump. This isn't like you and me pumping this thing, okay? You're buying some, but you and me, we're not pumping it. We're not putting in millions of dollars in a line. You got $500. You got $2,000. Maybe you got 50 grand or 10 grand in it. But that's not gonna budge the $2 billion market cap. But be careful, because it might, you know, it's going to eventually slip. How's it doing? Is it up still? Let's see. Let's pull it up. Wow. Still hanging out here. Look at this thing. Still going up. If I had to guess, it's probably topping out soon. If I had to guess. I'm not telling you to sell the thing. I think you take profit, though, on anything you make money on. It's up wildly. Starting to do this thing. Kind of not. Starting to kind of turn over. Possible head and shoulders right here. Why should this thing continue to pump if the entire crypto market is in mass chaos right now? So it's crazy. Certainly holding longer than Bara did. Absolutely. And AI. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Though maybe not AI. Maybe not AI, Marty. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And just when you see this total market cap like this, like if this total market cap slips down, you know, I don't know. Knees and kip toes. I have webbed toes. That's a fun fact. I have webbed toes, actually. Fun fact about me. It's true. It's a true story. If this is my big toe, these are my two toes that are webbed. That's a real fact. And I got it on both feet. So I'm like that on both my feet. Don't you hopium clowns get it yet? The more they let governments do whatever they want involved in crypto, on top 2 NWO Elite Club, none of you will ever become super rich. Mic drop, says Mr. Balls. Wow. Oh man, I'll have to ask Oscar. You pumping that, bro? No, he's not. I think he's got some, though. I do, too. A little bit. Airdrop for lion holders, so. All right, guys. Well, wow. For the record, Mr. Balls, that's a very negative view. There's still so much opportunity in crypto. It sounds like that guy in the chat might not be buying Bitcoin. It's one thing to be, I don't know. Bitcoin's here to stay. All the Pepe copycat coins, those are trash. Pepe's fine, but the Pepe copycats, I think, are trash. Can they have a nice run? Yeah, they can. You can make a lot of money a lot of different ways in crypto, but crypto's just getting started. One day the market caps are going to be in the tens of trillions. So, I don't know how you could be bearish at a time like this. I mean, you could get bearish on the price action, but that's also short-term fear, which is typically a great opportunity for buying dips. So that's all I got in this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a Crypto Report. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Right now, we got 45 of you guys watching on YouTube. If you haven't tapped the like button already, what are you doing? 95 of you guys watching on X. Give us a repost, give us a retweet. Yeah, DCA HODL. If you want to trade, sign up for Blowfin using the link I got pinned in the chat down below. That's all I got in this one, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.